Hey everyone, Modular here and welcome to another episode of Modular Mayhem Reloaded. Done a little bit in between episodes. You can probably, you can hear the things creating items downstairs for me. I've played around a little bit with my storage. I ran out of room, so I put a basic drawer over here with andesite, dirt, diorite, granite. Gave it a few upgrades. If it'll let me open, there we go, a few upgrades, and then a void. So it'll go to 1,000, well, 128 stacks basically. I think, I don't know, 1,024, whatever. And then void the rest. And I ran the export so that we've got some more room back in our system. Also crafted another 16k drive. And hopefully that'll keep us going for a little bit. I'd like to start looking at some more storage at a later date. Maybe some of the reborn storage stuff. Make the big auto crafter and some of the really large discs. So we've got like these big 16,000k storage. Start looking at what I need to do to get up to them. So that's in a future episode. I'll just show you the other stuff that I've been doing in between episodes I've got. If you watch the Billionaire series, if you don't, I'll just do a quick talk through what I'm going to do, what I've done here. So this is a nuclear craft fission reactor, and I've got a few coolers and stuff in there. So basically, if we look here, this will produce 1840 RF a tick, and it won't melt because I've got it set up so that it's actually running colder than the heat it produces. So yeah, I've set this up in here, graphite blocks, reactor cells. So there's there's 6 reactor cells in here and 6 graphite blocks. We've got 8 enderium coolers and 3 lapis coolers, I think it is, and that gives us colder than what we need. I am probably either gonna continue this into a 3x3 pattern, but then I do think I'll struggle a little with getting these lapis coolers in. I can probably put a couple here because the lapis coolers have to touch the reactor cell and the reactor casing before they do their job, and these enderium ones have to touch 3 casings, so they just go in the corners. But that's working well, and I'm just running it on let's see here, fuel. I'm just running it on LEU 235 fuel, and I've got it set so I can auto craft it. You don't need to make the fuel rod, so that's something different to the Billionaire episode, is that it still has you making fuel rods, whereas this version there is no fuel rods, and I'm not sure whether it actually fuel rod. It doesn't even show up as a thing. So you just put this fuel directly in. So if I craft one of these, it will actually process the required fuel, and then I can just wrong button, okay, in there. I'll just place this in here, and that'll give us another, I don't know, 60 minutes worth of 120 RF a tick. And then, you know, so we're doing 1840 RF a tick. So we're good. We're good for power. I did consider just running this cable directly over and running this off the fission reactor, and to try and give this a bit of a break. But I don't know whether that amount of power is enough. I forget what this thing takes to run. Oops. 660. So we could run it off this and not worry too much about power. So let's try that. What have I got in the way of duct? I've got a few more. Let's see what we can do here. I'm going to break that cable. I'm gonna go through here. And then I'm going to break these couple cables. There we go. I'm going to have to break one more up there. Having flight definitely helps. Alright, cool. That should be getting power. That's probably just drained all the power out of here. Yep, so if I turn this on. Are we producing power? I think we are. 1840 RF a tick. This is really noisy. Got a bunch of jobs going through. I added a import bus, importer thing underneath the matter replicator so it can pull the items directly out, place it back in the system for me. So hopefully that's working. 660 seems like it's pulling more than the. Oh no, we are going up in power, so yeah, that's cool. And that should have just dropped this down to a nice stable amount, because before it was peaking a lot. To a higher rate of usage, so that's just evened out the gas turbines required power, I guess. So yeah. Anyway, things that, you know, tidying up around the base a bit. I still haven't cleaned this area up and made it look pretty or anything like that. I do still want to make this a little better in terms of what it's producing, but it's good. We're getting a fair bit of stuff here. This is still running quite nicely. We are generating, we have a full thing of lava. This is full. We're generating a nice amount of obsidian, and we're good on power. So the other things that I've dropped in between episodes, as I said, I started working on nuclear craft. I've built a fluid infuser, and I needed that so I could make those enderium coolers. Because one way to make enderium in this pack is to use. Let's see here. I want to make. Is to use the fluid infuser with lead platinum alloy and resin and ender. So resin and ender, we can just melt down ender pearls. And the lead platinum alloy is just 3 lead and a platinum in an alloy furnace. So I've got that set up in this alloy furnace. We have that recipe there. We've also got one for the tough alloy and one for ferroboron alloy. So these are all things that are required in nuclear craft. And then the isotope separator here has the recipe for doing uranium grit. You put 30 uranium grit in and we get 1 uranium. That's not right. That really is not right. That is so incorrect. It is not funny, and I don't know how that's worked that one out. 30 uranium grit. It's meant to be 1 uranium grit. No wonder we've got so much of this stuff lying around. So it's meant to be one of these. Gives one of these. So similar to the pattern that you're seeing there now. And I think it's one of these. That's better. Much better. So it was putting 30 in and then processing 30, and I wondered why I had so much left over and it wasn't having to craft. Fuel. So if I start this, we should be getting, yep, it's dumped a whole bunch in there, and we're getting 1 of each. I do have 7 speed upgrades in here, and that's using 360 RF a tick. I can probably make that faster. This one's got 10, uses 660. This one has 13, uses 1000. So I'm going to take some of them out and just drop them in there. 1200 RF a tick, not a big issue. Nice and quick though. Let's see. We're slowly getting through stuff. Alright, this episode, I don't know, I've just talked for a third of the episode basically, but just showing you what I have and haven't done. Something I have done in between episodes is I have added 2 mods to the pack. One of which I spoke with Iskandar about before I added it, and that was Woot. So Woot is a modular mob farm creator. So you make big multi-blocks, and I figured it fit the pack. And the best thing about it is it doesn't actually spawn the entity, so there's less lag in terms of entity spawns basically. So I won't do that this episode, but potentially we can have a whole area set up with all the mobs that we need, because there's always times where at the moment I'm using that system downstairs, the matter creation system that I've got down here in the base to make ender pearls and blaze rods. We could be doing that with a spawner. So that's where I want to go there. This episode I want to play around a little with Essential Craft, and it's been a long time since I used Essential Craft. I think the original Modular Mayhem was where I first used it, I guess. So I'd like to clean up my inventory because things are a mess. I don't really need that anymore. Need to make a flux infused shovel too, that'll keep me going. So yeah, I want to make this book. So this is the Essential Craft 4 book. It tells us how to do our things. So basic. Let's have a look here. We've got our book. Let's see. Welcome to Essential Craft and to the amazing and long-awaited Book of Knowledge. Here I tell you almost all you need to know to play with Essential Craft. Okay, book's pretty easy to navigate, etc, etc. Yep. Okay, so we're going to need to do a bunch of stuff here. So, got magical wind. Okay, and I'm just trying to remember the bits and pieces that we need to do. Super items on specific structures to harness the power of elements of nature into gems to create an appropriate structure and throw the required item in the middle. To craft fire drops, use blaze powder. Okay, that's a... Oh, we're just... Not a real great render with how that is. Slime box. So I mean, you can mine this stuff up in the world too. So I'll have a look at maybe setting those things up. Stories tell that MRU was not always in your world as it is. It came in thousands of powerful rays, penetrating the matter of the world here and there. Apparently, the effects of those rays started to reveal only now some rock in all dimensions. So here's our ores. Mineable ore. Turn it into blocks. Yep, excellent. There we go. The first thing we need to know is got molecules. Yep. So we need to actually create ways of harnessing MRU because it's magical resonance or there we go, magical radiation unit. So I'm going to play around a little with doing this. So what I'm going to do is I need to build the multi-block for capturing this stuff. I need to build the wand to move them around. But there's a block we need to create. So yeah, give me a couple of minutes and I'm going to go and play around with this and get what I need to start setting up a... Wow, there's some cool stuff that I forgot was even in this. So I'm going to get the stuff we need to make what, the next step, so to speak. So actually I think I need to level this up. Uses for this, we're going to level it up to the next level. So to go to the thing here, you can see here, contains knowledge. So this one here is just the basic book, just has the basic stuff. This one here we need to craft to get up to our next level. So I'm going to need some elemental cores and some elemental gems. Okay, so let's do this. At essential. let's see what we need. Elemental gems, there's 4 of them. Excellent. And elemental cores, it's just some stone and iron. Okay. Apparently I have some elemental gems in my inventory. Now what was it, like that? Yep, okay. Here's the next level of the book. Cool, this is going to give us the MRU stuff. Magical radiation. This is what we need. So, as I said, I'm going to go through and get the bits and pieces I need to make the structure, because it has been ages, really a long time since I've done this. So, as I said, give me a couple of minutes. For you, it'll be a couple of seconds, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to wing it and try and start this off. First thing we need to do is I need to create the soul stone so I can see what sort of energy I have in my person, because apparently you gain MRU from kills. So when you kill mobs, oh, there we go. You gain MRU. So this thing here, apparently, I don't know what I need to do with it. Okay, so tracking MRU matrix of me detected 91,766. Okay, so if I find there's a mob over here somewhere. I've changed a couple of the settings in Quark to give random animal skins, just for giggles. Some mob. One's down there. I don't know whether that one's going to give me it. Okay, let's just quickly see what we got. Okay, so we've got 91766. 91893. So yes, I do gain MRU from taking out living creatures. So the next thing I need to do, and from reading the book, is I need to craft. Let's get back up from there. In MRU, we need to make. It's engine. So I need to have a few bound gems, because it's basically like a wireless power transmission system. So this is how we transmit, link the two together. You've got these gems. First thing I'm going to need is one of these matrix destructors, and what it'll do is it'll pull the MRU out of my matrix, and it basically uses a soul stone. So once I make this, I'm going to need to make some items here and make this matrix destructor. So I'm probably going to actually need, I'm going to grab a second one of those soul stones. Let's just do that now. And then we're going to go and try and make this matrix destructor thing. Okay, apparently I can't make a second one. Is that right? Maybe I need to... Okay, turn that off. I missed. There we go. Cool. Because I need to put one in the machine. So let's see if we can make these items. Let's go into the base first, thanks. Just make it in the system. I know I can make it in my hand, but I haven't bound that one to myself. Cool. So I want to make the matrix destructor. This doobie. Okay. So I'm going to need 4 of these. Nice. Going to need a couple of heat rods. Going to need some of them. Put the pork chops and the dirt away. Peanut. And then I need probably the elemental core because it's the easier one of the lot to make. Very good. Do I need to make that in a particular table? Maybe I can't make it in this. Okay. Let's take them. Got a crafting table there. Oh, I'm missing that. Nothing wrong with what I'm doing at all, is there? I've got to make this thing. Oh, I'm a derp. One of them, please. Shh, you never saw a thing. Alright, so this destructory thing. And I think I'm actually going to set up the essential craft stuff in the old town hall. I think that'd be nice. It's got some nice little rooms. And we can probably allocate certain areas. I'll probably empty out rooms. Where's my axe? Probably get rid of some stuff here. Okay, that'll do. Texture's a bit funky, but I can drop this in here and it will drain the MRU from my soul, so to speak. It's a little bit like blood magic, basically. It'll drain that from my whatever it is, UBMRU energy, and it will be able to use it. So I'm gonna need to create like a teleporter between these two, or I'm gonna be doing this the whole time. Let's go save, and let's jump back up here for a moment. Alright, next thing we're gonna need, I'll need the linking device, the bound gem. So bound, I'm just gonna make a couple of them because I figure I'll need a few. So next in the book, the radiating chamber. So to do the next bits where we are crafting, it's a multi-block that holds the nodes from the mod. I do need to make, so you can see here the enrichment chamber requires these magical plates, which are in a magician's table. So I need to make a magician's table, which is this. To make this, I think I need some of these. Maybe I can make a magician's table straight away. So emerald plate. Yeah, we can make that. I need a radiating chamber, and I need both of these. So let's just get these. I need to make this. So radiating chamber requires diamond plates, so I'm going to need 4 of them. It requires eye of absorption, 2 of them. It's going to require another heat rod, and then another one of these. Okay, got everything now. Yep, radiating chamber. And then let's make the magician's table. Magical quarry. Wow. Magician table. We're going to require a couple of obsidian plates. Okay, this is where I need it. Magic fortified frame requires magical fortified glass and magical fortified stone. This is made in a radiating chamber. This is why I needed the radiating chamber. And takes glass and iron and turns it into magical fortified glass. So let's grab a stack of glass, stack of iron, and then probably a stack of stone. Let's just do half of each, the 1 stack of iron, because I'm pretty sure the fortified stone is, oh, yep. So we get 4 out of that, so that's pretty decent. Yeah, so it's going to take 10 MRU and takes basically no time at all. Right. Oop, bit of lag there. Let's see if we can get this thing running. I'm going to place him, and I think this does give off radiation, so I've got to be very careful. Grab a bound gem, I think right click on there, and then I can put this in here, and it will take the MRU from here, which is from me, and use it to do what we need to do. So let's just, what do I need for this? So just for this magical magician table, I only need 2 of these frames, so I'm going to need 4 glass, 4 stone. So that's just 1 of them, 2 of them. Let's put them in. And I don't think I need a wand, do I? Maybe I do. Because that's not doing anything. And that's the moving wand. At essential. You know what? If in doubt, read the book. Radiant chamber. Every recipe in the thing has an upper threshold. If high balance, not above. It also put a nasty potion effect on you. Okay. Oh, hang on. That needs to be in the bottom. Ah, there we go. Magical fortified stone. There we go. Excellent. There's our 2 items. And so let's just jump back up to the base, and hopefully we can get this done just before the end of the episode here. So I've got a couple of minutes left. We'll get the magician's table up and running. So we need, oh no, I need to make this first. Thank you. And then 2 of these. We need a couple of these. And make another set of that. Oh, I'm going to need another elemental core. You do go through a lot of elemental cores from memory in this mod. Yeah, we got we got the magician's table. So if we put this here, same thing. It's probably going to need the bound gem. Drop that in there. There we go, and it's going to get power as well. We are very steadily chewing down on our power. And while this here is filling up, hopefully once this one's full, the other one will start filling. I don't know if there's a priority listing or whatever, whichever one starts filling first, but it should fill the other one up. Let's see what happens when it fills. 5,000. Yes, it's now going in here. So magician's table will give us the ability to make some more of the items we need to continue on. We've got a few things. We need magical essence. What else can we make? MRU magnets, MRU resonating crystal, magical fortified stone is radiating chamber. So yeah, these are the things that we. Oh, this is all radiating chamber. Magician's table. Here's the crafts for it. We can make magical ingots. This is the stuff we need this table for. So to get into this next, here we go. How do we make the magical monocle? Magical monocle is glass alloy and 3 magical golden ingots. So glass alloy is 4 glass and a magic fortified plate. Magical fortified plate is magical fortified stone. So you can see these things do take a bit. Let's just make some of the glass too. So if I go over here and I drop that in there, we'll get the magical fortified plate. Again, I've got to be careful that I don't get negative effects from this. So yeah, the things we can do from this will be to make the big multi-block. And as I said, I'm going to use this building. So I'll probably I'll turn this whole room into the storage chamber, because it's a bit like the fission controller or the fission reactor over there. Is that it's a multi-block. It's got to be a square, and it's got to be as the smallest is 5 by 5 by 5, I believe. So yeah, it's a fairly large room here. I'll have to go upwards unless there's a room upstairs that we can use for it. But whatever happens, wherever I build it, I need to be able to move the nodes to that point. So with that in mind, next episode we'll continue on with our magical essential craft stuff, and what I might do is try and get all the items required to build the structure. I'll create them, because these all require these magical plate blocks and all sorts of stuff like that. So I'll make all the items I need, and then next episode I'll do the moving with you guys. That way you can see what the node looks like, and I might make this next magical mover thing, because it's got to be better than the first little this thing. So thank you all for watching. Leave your comments down below, and I hope you come back and join me next time. See you.